Hello children, hope you're all doing good. Greetings from the Future Kids School. Hey children, it's story time. Come, today we'll tell you all a lovely story about Navya Goes to Fairyland. The name of the story is Navya Goes to Fairyland. What is Fairyland, children? It's an imaginary home of the fairies. It's not real, children. It's an imaginary home where the fairies live. Okay, come children, listen carefully. We'll tell you all the story. Once, children, there was a sweet little girl and her name was Navya. This little girl, children, had no friends because she was very untidy, children. What is untidy? Not to keep the things neat and in order. So Navya was very untidy. So nobody played with her. So Navya was always sad, children, and lonely. So what happened one day, children? While Navya was reading a fairy tale. What is fairy tale, children? It's a story about magical and imaginary things. So while Navya was reading a fairy tale, she fell asleep, children. And when she fell asleep, she felt somebody trying to wake her up. And when Navya opens her eyes, she sees a beautiful fairy standing in front of her. And the fairy says, Navya, I'm Mother Fairy. I am come to take you to the Fairyland. Fairyland is where all the fairies live. I am come to take you to the Fairyland, where all the fairies live. In the Fairyland, you have so many little fairies. So these little fairies will teach you to be neat and clean. And then Navya, you will have many friends. So Mother Fairy took Navya to the Fairyland. And when Navya went to the Fairyland, children, she saw so many little fairies around. And then what did Mother Fairy do, children? She clapped thrice, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 little fairies came to Navya. And they first washed Navya's hair. And the fairy said, come Navya, we will comb your hair. They said, come Navya, we will tie ribbons for your hair. So they combed Navya's hair and they tied Navya's hair with ribbons. So now Navya's hair is neat and tidy. Then Mother Fairy claps again. And then 2 other fairies come to Navya. They say, come Navya, we will cut your nails. They say, come Navya, we will brush your shoes. So children, they cut Navya's nails. They polished Navya's shoes. Then again, Mother Fairy claps again. And a little fairy again comes to Navya. And she brings a well-ironed pretty frock, children, for Navya to wear. And she says, come Navya, wear on this frock. So Navya wears on the frock. And then children, what does Mother Fairy do? She takes out her magic wand, children. What is magic wand? It's an iron rod which does magic. So she takes out this magic wand and she waves it, children. When she waves it, a beautiful long mirror appears in front of Navya. A glass mirror appears in front of Navya. And Navya looks at herself in the mirror. And she looks so pretty. And then Navya is so happy, children. She thanks the fairies so much. And she promises the fairies that she will always be neat and clean. And the fairies are happy too. They dance around Navya, children, and they sing songs for Navya. So that's the story, children, about Navya going to the fairyland. So I hope you'll enjoy the story, children. Yes. Now, children, take out our rhymes, stories and picture talk book. Rhymes, stories and picture talk. Yes. Page number 18, children. Page number 18. Navya goes to Fairyland. We'll read the story and you listen carefully. Navya is a sweet little girl, but nobody likes to play with her because she is untidy. So she is lonely and sad. One day she falls asleep while reading a fairy tale. Navya feels somebody trying to wake her up. She opens her eyes and sees a beautiful fairy standing in front of her. Navya, I am Mother Fairy. I have come to take you to the fairyland. My fairies will teach you to be neat and clean. Then you will have lots of friends. Navya goes with Mother Fairy to the fairyland. She sees many little fairies there. Mother Fairy claps thrice and two little fairies come to Navya. They wash Navya's hair, comb them and tie them neatly. Let me comb your hair. Let me tie a ribbon to make them neat. Mother Fairy claps again and two other fairies come to Navya. They trim her nails and polish her shoes. Let me trim and clean your nails. Let me polish your shoes. Mother Fairy claps once again and a little fairy comes with a neatly ironed frock for Navya. Navya, wear this frock. It is for you. Mother Fairy waves her magic wand and a big mirror appears. Navya looks at herself in the mirror. She is looking very pretty. She thanks the fairies and promises to be neat and clean always. The little fairies dance around Navya and sing for her. Little girl Navya, you look like a star. Now you know what you are. A neat and tidy little child with iron clothes and hair well tied. Your friends will want to play with you, share their books and toffees too. Good. So what did we learn from the story, children? Be neat and clean to look smart and have lots of friends too. Yes. So that was a story about Navya goes to Fairyland. Yes, that's it for today, children. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye-bye.